Prague, a city where time stands still in stone and comes to life with every sunrise. Prague is the capital of the Czech Republic, which is rightfully considered one of the historically rich cities in Europe. It is known for its majestic castles, Gothic cathedrals and picturesque bridges. It is called the Golden City, Mother of Cities, Heart of Europe and City of 100 Spires. Prague is located in the historical region of Bohemia on the Vltava River and its left tributary, the Berounka. The city is the largest transport hub in the Czech Republic. 10 railway lines and 8 highways pass through Prague. There is an international Václav Havel airport, a river port and a metro. The population of Prague is 1.3 million people. The area of the city is 496 square kilometers. The territory of Prague was first inhabited by Celtic and then Germanic tribes. The Slavs appeared here in the second half of the 6th century. In the 9th century, the fortress of Prague Castle was founded on the Vltava River. In the 15th century, Prague was the center of the Hussite uprising, and in 1968, the Prague Spring. Today, Prague is considered one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world and one of the most beautiful cities in Europe. The Czech capital is famous for its unique architecture. The historic city center is listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Prague consists of several districts that used to be small towns. The capital has a large number of attractions. The historical districts suffered little during World War II. The oldest district is Prague 1, where the Powder Gate, the Church of Our Lady of Tyn, the astronomical clock on the town hall, and the house where Franz Kafka once lived are located. In addition, tourists often visit the Jewish Quarter, the Prague Castle Complex, Charles Bridge and many other places. There is something special about Prague that sets it apart from other major cities in Europe. Whether it is the Gothic cathedrals, the Baroque palaces or the more than 200 gardens scattered throughout the city, Prague is a place to truly escape the modern world. For lovers of architecture and history, there is simply no better place. Every corner of Prague keeps its own history. Here the past meets the present, creating a unique atmosphere. The Old Town is a historical center on the right bank of the Vltava River with iconic architectural monuments, narrow streets and a unique atmosphere. It is one of the must-see places in Prague. It was founded in the 9th century and was the commercial and cultural center of Prague for a long time. In the 13th century, it received the status of a city and began to develop actively. An important event in the history of the Old Town was the construction of the Charles Bridge in the 14th century, which connected the Old Town with the lesser town and Prague Castle. The Old Town has a unique medieval atmosphere, which is preserved thanks to numerous historical buildings. The Old Town Square regularly hosts Christmas and Easter markets, music concerts and theater performances. Charles Bridge is a symbol of Prague. A bridge connecting two banks, history and modernity, people and dreams. The Prague air is saturated with mysticism, and its aura is especially strong on the Charles Bridge. Its paving stones have heard the clatter of knights' horses, the volleys of Swedish soldiers' guns, and the ringing of the first trams. The new rulers of the country walked along the silver arrows embedded between the stones to bow to the bast shoes of the first Czech king, the ploughman Przemysl. Charles IV, the future German emperor and founder of the main place of power in Prague, also traveled this route. The bridge connects two historical districts of the Czech capital, Staré Město and Malá Strana. The bridge is 520 meters long and 9.5 meters wide. The bridge rests on 16 powerful arches faced with hewn sandstone blocks. On its eastern side stands a powerful tower with a Gothic arch. Above it are shields with the coats of arms of the lands of the Holy Roman Empire and sculptural portraits of Kings Charles IV and Wenceslas IV. The western entrance is guarded by two towers. The left one, which is lower, was built together with the bridge, the right one, in the middle of the 15th century. Its upper tier has an observation deck, which offers beautiful views of the bridge and the city. Of all the medieval bridges in Europe, it is the best preserved. It is the oldest bridge across the Vltava River in the Czech capital and the second oldest preserved bridge in the entire country. The oldest bridge in the Czech Republic is the stone bridge in Písek. The construction of this place began in 1357 by order of King Charles IV and was completed at the beginning of the 15th century. The bridge replaced the older Judith Bridge, which was destroyed by a flood. It was built during the reign of Vladislav II, but survived until the reign of Charles IV. The city was growing, actively being built up, trade was in full swing, and the cross-country capacity of the old bridge was no longer sufficient. The construction of a new, more modern bridge became inevitable after the flood of 1342 almost destroyed the Judith Bridge. It was necessary to reconnect the old town with the lesser town. The task was entrusted to Charles IV's favorite architect Petr Parler, who also participated in the construction of St. Vitus Cathedral at Prague Castle. The bridge was built for 45 years, that is, more than 16,000 days. On July 9, 1357, at 5:31 a.m., Charles IV personally laid the first stone in the foundation of the bridge. Charles Bridge is built in the Gothic style. Its supports are decorated with massive stone towers. The Old Town Bridge Tower on the eastern side and the Lesser Town Bridge Tower on the western side. The bridge is decorated with 30 statues and statues of saints. The main decoration of the Charles Bridge is the 30 Baroque sculptures that line the parapets, sculpted between 1683 and 1714. They depict revered Czech saints and legendary figures. The most famous is the bronze figure of Jan Nepomuk, the patron saint of Prague and the entire country. Today, Charles Bridge is the Montmartre of Prague, a pedestrian area given over to artists, souvenir sellers and tour guides. From afar, you can see a crowd of tourists around the statue of Jan Nepomuk. People take turns stroking the bas-relief of a dog on its pedestal and silently freeze, making a wish. If it is selfless, it will definitely come true. Church of St. Nicholas. The church was built on the site of an older Gothic church. Its construction began in 1704 according to the design of the architect Christoph Dientzenhofer and continued until 1755. The interior of the landmark is decorated with magnificent frescoes, statues and gilded details. The main altar of the church looks very majestic, and the organ, which Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart himself played, is considered one of the best in Europe. Street. Nicholas Cathedral is one of the most majestic and memorable buildings in Prague, built in the 18th century. Its construction began in 1704 and lasted almost 30 years. The architectural splendor of this cathedral is the result of the work of the famous Baroque Romanesque architect Christoph Dinder. Street. Nicholas Cathedral has played and continues to play an important role in the religious life of Prague. Daily services, concerts and other cultural events attract both believers and those who appreciate art and history. The view from the cathedral tower is a particular delight for visitors. Climbing up to the heights, you can enjoy unique panoramas of the lesser town and other historical parts of Prague. This place provides a unique opportunity to appreciate the beauty of the city from a bird's-eye view. This will be especially appreciated by those who decide to spend their winter holidays in Prague. The delightful views of ancient buildings buried in snow create a unique atmosphere of a fairy tale winter fairy tale. Prague Castle is the heart of the Czech Republic, a place where history was made and where the spirit of the past still lives. Prague Castle is a complex of palaces and temples, and one of the symbols of ancient Bohemia, which tells about the most important historical events of the country. The castle complex includes palaces, churches, gardens and museums and occupies an area of about 70,000 square meters. Prague Castle is the largest fortress in the Czech Republic, stretching along the top of a hill on the left bank of the Vltava. It is a major historical, political and cultural center of the country, founded in the 9th century. You can wander through its courtyards, palaces, museums and gardens all day long and admire the stunning beauty of the thousand-year history of the residence of Czech kings, emperors and presidents. The entire complex is dominated by the monumental Gothic street Vitus Cathedral, one of the most beautiful in Europe. When you enter it, you will find yourself in a place where time has literally stopped. The amazingly beautiful interior, created by medieval masters, is perfectly illuminated by the sun's rays that pass through the beautiful stained glass windows. Here are the Schwarzenberg-Lobkowitz Palace, which now houses the Military History Museum, the Sternberg Palace with the National Gallery and the beautiful 16th-century Archbishop's Palace. Today, the Prague landmark is home to the residence of the President of the Czech Republic, as well as numerous museums and art galleries. The most important sites in the city are St. Vitus Cathedral with stained glass windows and the tomb of St. Wenceslas, the old royal palace with the Vladislav Hall and the Golden Lane, where, according to legend, alchemists lived. Today, Prague Castle is not only a historical monument, but also the current residence of the president, as well as an important cultural center where state ceremonies and other events are held. The main entrance to Prague Castle is located at Hradčany Square. Here you will find a large wrought iron gate and an honor guard post. In the evening, Prague is transformed. The city lights up, and the fairy tale continues. As the sun sets, Prague is transformed, offering a whole world of possibilities for unforgettable evening adventures. From historical monuments illuminated by thousands of lights to lively streets with music and festivals, evening Prague awaits its explorers. Start your evening with a visit to Prague Castle, which is especially mystical in the evening. The lights highlight the majesty of Gothic cathedrals and ancient castles, creating an atmosphere of old Europe. Excursions around the castle after sunset reveal new facets of its ancient walls and secret gardens. Let yourself get lost among the cobbled courtyards and narrow passages. Visit the Golden Lane with its tiny alchemist houses under the flickering light of lanterns and feel the breath of the Middle Ages, ending the evening with a view of the city from the panoramic terrace of the castle. Prague from the water is a completely different dimension. A cruise on the Vltava in the evening offers a mesmerizing view of the illuminated city. Charles Bridge, the National Theatre and other iconic buildings float by, and a glass of Czech wine will add coziness to the evening journey. The water smoothly reflects the city lights, creating a double magic, majestic silhouettes of architectural masterpieces above, and their shaky reflections below. Treat yourself to this unique experience, when music from the restaurants on the shore complements the scenario of the evening walk, promising memories that will warm you for many years. Prague never sleeps. At night, the city comes alive, offering entertainment for every taste. Prague nightlife is diverse and offers many options for entertainment lovers. From bars and clubs in the city center to jazz clubs and beer gardens, there is something for everyone. Wenceslas Square and the Old Town are popular places for nightlife and entertainment. Prague is not only famous landmarks, but also many small details that create its unique charm. Prague, a city that stays in your heart forever. A city you want to return to again and again. Thank you for being with us on this journey. Subscribe to the channel, like, and see you soon.